This is a video chart presentation of Changfeng Energy brought to you by allpennystocks.com. Technical analysis by Andy from Understanding Venture Plays. Changfeng is a Canadian stock trading on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the ticker CFY. This is a one-year chart. We're going to take a quick look at it. See, nice move here coming off the bottom in March up to the end of March. A little wick up here in the beginning of April, but almost 100% move and a pretty solid downtrend since then. I believe that these candles are going to be a major important factor in looking at this chart. We're trying to see if we can find some hints from the indicators as to if this is going to find a bottom. See that the MACD, see this histogram has an uptrend towards zero. It tells you that the signal line is about to be crossed when the histogram breaks through zero. Overall, it's in a downtrend. What you want to see at this point, if this is going to find a bottom, is it's going to break through that signal line. The histogram is going to break through zero, and you're going to look for this to start to trend back up this way with the MACD itself trending towards zero, not just the histogram. PPO, about in the same position. This is what we call a loose pincher formation. Stocks that don't trade with a great deal of volume. You see this had 60,000 shares traded today. The PPO tends to not want to drop as deep. You'll see some that are 40, 50 below the zero line. With lower volume stocks, they typically don't want to go that deep. But the ADX is in a position for a reversal at this point. When it's up around 50, the trend has, that says the trend is moving very hard. It can get up higher, it can get up to 70, 80, but typically that you don't see that very often. When it starts to get around 50 or so, you're going to look for it to start to flatten and start to turn its way down where the trend is losing strength. Now you follow along with positive and negative DIs, the directional indexes, to see how they're going to react. At this, down into this area or so, you're going to look for this negative DI to be coming down, the positive DI to be coming up, and you're going to look for this ADX to flatten out. That's how a pincher works, and that's how you're looking for a change in direction of trend. The MFIs, there's some buying that came in to shot this 7-day up in the last few days. Right through here, the next day there must have been all buying at that same price. Right through there was some buying. Buying made that 7-day move a lot faster. The 14 and 21 haven't factored that in yet. That's why they're still kind of on the downward twist. The thing I always talk about is pay special attention to this great deal of separation. What you want to see on this now is the 7 may come right back down to it, but by the time it comes back down, then you look at these other ones getting factored back in, and hopefully you'll see these meet somewhere right around in here, right around the 35, 40 area, where they're all starting to turn back up the other way. Those are the kind of things that you look for in a reversal. The accumulation distribution is just a flat-out beautiful uptrend to it, even through that whole solid downtrend of the price. There's been buying coming into this, and it's still trending up. That's also reflected by the Changfeng money flow, which is held over zero, held in the positive. Almost a bit ironic that it was down in the red, down below zero. Buying appears to be outweighing selling at this point. The CCI is broken through negative 100. That's an important factor for people that use the CCI. The break above negative 100 is coming out of oversold. You want to see it hold that now. You see it starting to get a little curl to it. You want to see that continue and turn this way. These are all things that are just trying to give you hints if this chart is indeed going to find a bottom. And things like this are telling you that it's trying to. So now you're going to look for some price movement and some support and resistance levels to hold to see what it does with these things. The full stow, definitely not bottomed. You can see down here. That's when it's hitting bottoms and making moves pretty close right through there. This is just kind of running in a undecided sort of area right now. Not going down, not breaking through 50, which puts you into a little bit of bull chart territory, getting some strength behind it, and not running down here at 20 where it's dipping into oversold, weak areas. So it's kind of running down the middle right now. Time's going to tell which direction this is going to take. You're not getting much from that. The tricks is really more still trending down. What you want to see in the tricks is something like this. You want to see it trending back towards zero. So what you want to see with this is this downtrend. You want to start to get a bullish cross of these lines. You want to see this flatten back out and start to make it slow curl. It's a slow mover. It's good for long-term reversals. Right now, we want to see that downtrend get broken before it gets to be too steep or anything like that. We want to see it start to turn. The RSIs are kind of in that same sort of position. That's why we're getting a little bit of mixed indicators. Because, you know, some indicators are based on buying and selling and volume. Other ones are based on moving averages and such. And right now, because we're getting the moving averages trending down, but we're seeing good buying, that's kind of giving you some mixed signals with the indicators, where some are saying it's going to go up and some are saying it's, you know, treading water right in the middle. We're not getting too much in the extremely negative in the bearish side. And when these are all together like this, the RSI can change direction pretty quick, because this 14 and 21 are kind of running sideways right now, and the 7, which is turned down, it's you can see it whipsaws pretty easily. So you're not getting a lot from that either. Again, kind of riding right around that middle of the road area, not getting into any bullish area, not really getting down into any oversold areas. So what you look for in this chart is the candles to hold. See a very bottom support down here, wick below to 27.5, down there at 28. You certainly would want to see that hold, but first and foremost, needs to hold 30. It's been a pretty solid area of support for it. So if it happens to dip down, I think people will be looking at it as a buying opportunity and seeing if it'll bounce back up off of it. If it can't hold that, really look for it to test 28 again. Granted, it's not that great of a loss, not even 10%, but look for that 28 area to hold. Throw this through here, just on a general level of there's a downtrend, and I want to combine that with I think a first area of resistance is going to be right in through here at 36. I could put it at 36.5 or even 37.5, but I put it at 36 because it was an area of support recently and an area of resistance recently. And if this starts to make a move up, that's where the trend line is going to be tested. You also see that the 50 and 200-day moving averages are in that proximity also. With the 50-day coming down, there's a good chance it's going to run into there as well. So I think this is going to move up. We're going to need a little bit of increase in volume, a little bit more buying pressure than the 60,000. I didn't check the share structure. Again, this is just purely a technical look at the chart. We're going to need a little bit more volume, and we're going to need to see a push to take out that trend line and that resistance. What will follow behind that, if it does, is there, it stair steps down all through here. So I don't get too crazy trying to find 16 different areas of resistance. 40, that's going to be the next significant area if it can move through. It's going to move about 10% increments from where it is to the first one to the second one. If it wants to make this move and it breaks this, gets above the middle Bollinger Band, really puts a hard bit of pressure on this 50 and 200-day moving averages, you'll be surprised what happens when these moving averages that are down low get curled up with it, and then all of a sudden you've got all the moving averages together trading over the 50-day, trading over the middle Bollinger Band. The chart takes a whole different bullish look to it, and these indicators that are kind of trending down now, that will be when you'll see this break and they'll start trending back the other way. So these are the kind of things that I look for when I take a look at CFY. Again, this is just my interpretation. I'm not a financial consultant and strongly encourage you to do your own proper due diligence and consult a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Please visit the All Penny Stocks website to view the full disclaimer. To begin learning technical analysis, please visit the All Penny Stocks website and click on the feature link to Understanding Pincher Plays, and you'll be on your way to understanding the art of candlestick charting. Thank you, and trade smart.